Hey guys, I just wanted to welcome you back to another episode of Top 10 Comics to Buy to Improve Your Comic Book Collection. This is a special one. I'm taking some books out of the hauls that I picked up recently. It's mostly DC, and I hope you enjoy. These are just books that I love, and I hope you like them too, and we'll talk about them. And here we go.
Are you ready for the sickness? Let's get into it.
Hey guys, so again, this is going to be an interesting episode. Nothing too expensive. It's mostly DC. It's mostly giant books, but there are some small DC keys that are old, mostly silver, that will definitely help your collection. If you see them and they're in decent condition, I would say go for them. And they're really fun to look at, okay? So first up, for number 10, I have Lois Lane, number 86. Now, don't mind the little stickers. My bags and boards won't fit them. They're too big. That's what she said. This is from October 1968. I really like it because it's a marriage issue. So, in this, though, it's a key because Lois Lane becomes Gertrude Gertz. See, it says she weds him, Clark Kent, in his Clark Kent identity. And Clark Kent becomes Myron Hinkle. So it's the first appearance of their alternate identities. And it's an all-wedding issue. This book is probably in a VG plus condition, somewhere in that area. Probably around $15. Okay? 15 to 20, just depends. What you really need to look at is these spines because they're so big. You will see a lot of... this one's pretty good. See right here, a little bit of loss there on the end. But they're so old and they're so big. But usually you'll see some tearing maybe here from the cover. But these are really solid and nice. And I picked up a big collection of these, so I'm going to show them to you. This is just going to be this top 10 this week, except for a couple. Okay? So that was number 10. Let's move on. Oh, no, I forgot. This should be, the little arrows should be around here somewhere, okay? So let's fix that now. Where is it? Oh, this is going to be one of those videos. Of course, I'm filming this at 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to fly my old lady and her son bring her to the airport at 4 in the morning. So that's just great. So that was number 10. Let's move on to number 9. Okay, like I said, it's kind of, not all of them are giants, but it's mostly Superman related stuff, which is kind of fun because we don't talk about that much. This is Superman number 182. You got him lifting a big old armored truck. It's 0 hour for Superman when he faces the terrible Toy Man. That's the secret to this book. Number 182 in about a VG plus condition. It's about $20 in that area. It's January 1966. So this is the first appearance of Toyman in the Silver Age. I don't know if it's a gigantic key, but you're not going to be able to... You can't always find good copies of this stuff. It's so old. 66, what is that? Man, that's a long time ago. 34 plus... That's 54 years ago, right? Okay, let's move on to number 8. Okay. Next up, we have another Superman 80-page giant. Now, you have to remember, there's 80-page giants, and there's regular runs with 80 pages. This is part of the regular run. This is number 202. Now, I love Bizarro stuff. This is from January 1968. This is actually a key. It's about a... Let's just... for giggles, let's just keep it at 4 or 5. It's about a VG plus, okay? But first appearance of Bizarro Crypto first appearance, which is the dog right there. But it has tons of different types of Bizarro stuff on the cover, which I really like. Bizarro meets Frankenstein. This is great stuff. This is a giant book. It's going, probably you can get it around $20, $25. but that is still really holding together. That spine's really good. And I'm going to show you really fast, just so you can see. Sometimes I can't find it. Now, the staples usually on these are right here on the first page, but there is a lot of great stuff in here. I don't know. I love this stuff. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, yay. It's not a giant size, and it's not Superman. It's Green Lanterns. Can the double might of two Green Lanterns prove a match for the Prince of Peril's power play? It's number 45. It's from June 1966. I love the cover. It's probably in about a VG condition, about $20, but it's a key. And you might be able to find these pretty easily. I don't know. There's a lot. DC, you got to start looking into it, guys. First Prince of Peril and the first Princess Ramia. And I just absolutely love this cover. We're going to speed up the pace. Here we go. Next up, we got New Gods. A lot of people love New Gods. And the reason why is because Kirby did all the cover art. It reminds me of, now this is just out of the Silver Age. This is July 1971. But it's a run that you should look into. Very classic Jack Kirby stuff. He reminds me of Silver Surfer. But basically, it's the first appearance of the Black Racer, who's basically death. And about a VG condition, you're looking at around $20 to start. But for you Jack Kirby lovers, the New Gods is where you need to be looking. Okay, let's move on to the next. How many we have? 5, 4, and don't worry, I'll keep a Marvel for you. 5, 4. I think we're coming up to 5. Okay, this is Lois Lane, an 80-pager. I had to bring it up because I showed you the other one, but this is an even older one. This one's in about a VG fine condition. You're looking at about $25. It's another issue, and it shows like all the couples. Another marriage issue type of thing, but it shows all the different couples. This one's from September 1966. Also, it has an Aqualad cameo in it. But I'm giving a lot of love this episode to the 80 pagers and the 100 pagers. Look at that spine. Are we good? Yeah, we're good, I think. Just a little bit there. So hard to find those in such great condition. I love comics, guys. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Let's move on. Okay, I really like this one, okay? And I'm going to be keeping this book. This is Superman, number 252. Classic Neil Adams cover. It says, with the world's greatest flying heroes. It's a wraparound, okay? 100 pages. It's in about a VG condition, so you're looking at starting at about $20. But I wanted to show you the wraparound. Look how thick that is. That's what she said. It's kind of weird how they did wraparounds with these thick books, but the cover's so great, and it's Neil Adams, which makes it awesome. I love it. I know that little hum you guys hear in the background, that's my fan. Keeps me nice and cool in the room. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, we got another 80-pager here, guys. Superboy, okay? Number 129. Let's take a look at it. It's from May 1966 in fine condition. I might have to keep this one too because the spine is incredible. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm just like super, I think it might be fun to get slabbed. But in fine condition, you're looking at about $30. See how it says the origin of Mon-El and how he met Superboy? That's a key. Origin of Mon-El, and he's like the brother. Special guest star, Supergirl. So basically, the Mon-El is the key here. He's very similar to Superboy and all that, and it goes through his whole origin and stuff. Very interesting. I love these books, guys. I'm freaking out more and more. We got 2 left. And you know what? I'm going to switch it up. My Marvel was number 2. But I'm going to make it number 1. So let's do number 2, which will be my old number 1. Okay, this was going to be my number 1, but I changed it up at the last second. My number 1 will be a little bit less than this, but this book's about $35. Classic Neil Adams cover. I have a hard time finding these books, and it's January 1971. It's also the first Sans Superman appearance, but in about a VG condition, you're looking at about $35. And this is just one of those classic Neil Adams covers. I had to pick it up because I never, ever, ever see it in the wild. When I do my purchasing, it's in the wild. And that's the fun of it. That's the hunt. You know what I mean? So this is my number 2 this week, and it probably should have been my number 1, but you'll see why I chose what next book is. Okay, here we go. Okay, my number 1 is The Comic Reader. It's almost like a magazine. It's got like the newspaper feel. We'll take a look at it. Number 179. Okay? From April 1st, 1980. I'm considering getting more of these, like starting to invest in these a little bit myself. I gave it a fine condition, just because fine minus, because there's a little bit of discoloration, but honestly, this is in really good shape. So as you can see there, it says Stan Lee, 1922 to 1980, right? And everyone's like, dude, he didn't die. He just died a couple years back, right? It was an April Fool's joke. That's messed up. But what an incredible cover. It had to be my number 1, guys. You're looking maybe $20-25. What's so interesting is it's mostly like this newspaper print, right? And then all of a sudden, it's almost like an insert, super white, right? Duck, 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 dick. And then you have these other ones. There it is, guys. My number 1 for this week. If you're a Stan Lee lover, I know we looked at a bunch of Superman. We give a lot of love to ZC. But this was also part of the stuff that I bought. And to me, this is a big deal. I might frame this. Like, I might put this in a little see-through frame thing and put it up somewhere in my little room. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of different take on the top 10 comics to buy to improve your collection. And we'll see you later.